Alright, let's just add Brad. How do I do that? How do I add Brad? Hang on a sec. Can't figure out how to do it. 1 second. Hang on. Anyone know how I add Brad? 1 sec. That was my gym. Hang on. Hi everyone. Just waiting on. Hang on. How do I add Brad here? One sec. I'll call him. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, he's got a request for me to be in it. I'm just calling him. I'll send him a voice note, hang on. Mate, you've got a request to be in it. So come on to my live and then request to be in it. Otherwise, it's just with me. Hey. Hang on. How is everyone? Let me have a look, hang on. Here we go. Oh. Just waiting on him now. I think he gets started. If you got questions, just write questions in the little question box at the bottom, and then we can get answered on that. Yeah, he's put the message. I've clicked on his name, but I'm just waiting for him now. It's my fault. We spoke before. He said, "Shall I add you?" Or you add him? Yeah. Hang on. He's gone now. Hang on. Now I've got to wait for it to come up and say request again, don't I? Come on, lad. Here we go. Try again. Here we go.
Yeah! It worked.
Oh, mate, I didn't know what I was doing. Sorry.
Well, I certainly didn't know what I was doing, Mark. This is new to me. Hello. How are you?
You ever done it before?
No, of course I haven't. I sent a fax to you saying I didn't know what I was doing.
How are you?
But we're now live in front of the nation. 2,000 people have joined us. Hello to the 2,000 people that have joined us.
That's good, that, isn't it?
Half of them are bots. They're not real people. Porn websites. Fake porn stars.
Trying to sell like them things you put your phone in to sanitize, isn't it? You seen that? UV thing.
I haven't, no.
Right, shit.
I haven't been out of the house for a few weeks. What's been going on? Half the world's got a disease and we don't know about it.
How have you been? You been sick or anything? No.
No, I've been sick for many years, but only in the head.
And we all like that cycling, does that for you, innit?
No, I'm all right actually. I've not actually met anyone with the corona disease, but I understand it's pretty bad. And cycling, I mean, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's worse for you, isn't it? Because this was a big year for you, wasn't it?
Well, I tell you what, actually, like I'm taking it kind of. I was stuck indoors, training on the indoor trainer for 2 years, wasn't I? Do you know what I mean? I'm actually in a good position now because I was training for 2 years indoors. I'm feeling like shit. And not knowing when I was getting better. So now I'm actually all right, you know?
Because I didn't have to go out of the house. Because I didn't have to go out of the house, I let Ben cut my hair. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Oh, look at that. It looks good, actually.
Because he's training to be a barber. I thought, you know what? I'll be the guinea pig.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play, like.
Yeah.
All the times he's massive now, isn't he?
15, and he's he wants to be a cyclist, like, but there's no racing on, so I don't know. This Swift thing's taken over the world, though, isn't it?
It's all right, actually, isn't it?
It's owned by Matt Stevens with a big hat.
He'll be watching, actually, he will.
He will be watching. Hello, Matthew out there. How are you?
How are you, Matt Stevens?
3 times Merseyside divisional champion.
What are you drinking? Are you keeping hydrated? Or?
That's it. So other than that, you've just been training indoors.
Yeah, that's it. Been getting back in the gym, trying to keep strength because can't really do ethics and that, you know.
Did you get back from Nice all right? Or did you before lockdown?
Yeah. We're all right, like, you know.
Yeah.
And on the Isle of Man, like, I'm staying close to the house.
So you're on the Isle of Man,
right? Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Then,
have they got it there? Or?
Yeah, they have, like, but they're actually quite quick in shutting it down and that. You can't get in or out now. And it's all right. I'm happy being here.
So what are you out training wise? You just carry on as if normal, as if you're doing the tour? No,
not really, because I don't want to peak in that, you know.
No.
Just literally just riding like.
You've never peaked, Mark.
Try to do like 20 hours a week on the bike and then do gym. That's it, and then we'll see what happens when we do.
So at the moment, they're planning on running the tour, aren't they? With no
they already said that, like, but I don't reckon we'll be racing this year, like, you know.
Yeah.
Really, like, yeah. I don't know. Once you're on the motorbike, you're good at that. That's your calling, that, isn't it?
I love it. Yeah.
It's good. You get the. Well, you get the racing, you know, and you haven't forgotten what it's like to be a rider. So.
Yeah, the other thing I thought, you know, with this, with like G and guys like that, what a great time to do the hour record, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
In a closed velodrome. Just like train and do the hour record in 2 months' time or something.
Should put that out there. There we go.
It'd been great. What an opportunity, because, you know, finding time to do something like that.
Yeah.
It just came to me yesterday, like, what a bloody great opportunity to train for something and just do it on your own in a velodrome with 2 people.
There we go. You heard it here first.
There you heard it here first. Get it out there. You could win yourself 3 bananas.
Oh yeah. We're going to do a little competition, aren't we? Win that.
We are. We're doing a little competition later. We're going to give away 2 toilet rolls and 3 bananas.
How are we going to do that? Are we going to do that?
No, we could do that. Our mate Chris Dolan's on, if you're out there, Chris. We've been watching your John Lennon a bit of... We were waiting for you to sing. But hello, Chris. Good to see you.
You'll pop up now.
Yeah.
Right, what should we do then? How should we start? Should we start with some questions or what? Should we say about how we met? What do you want to do?
Well, yeah, we could do, We could just... Well, I don't know. You decide. This is your thing, Mark. You've asked me to do this. I'm a busy man. I've agreed to do it.
Right, let's have a look at some questions. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll have a look.
Can you sign the toilet roll? No.
See that little? Do you have that little question mark thing in the bottom?
Yeah.
Have a scroll through things. I'll look through for things now. Like.
There's just lots of emojis at the moment.
Right. So like, where's Mr. Wiggins always late? That was my fault. Don't blame him. Proper cycling questions, like, aren't they?
There's nothing much really coming up at the moment. But I suppose we'll just go back to, like I was going to say to you earlier, like just for people out there. Do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah, like properly, was it at that crit?
No, I remember seeing you in the halls of the corridor at Manchester Velodrome. You were at the academy. And I think G was on the squad with you guys then. I remember Simon Jones saying to me that Geraint, that kid over there, is going to be really good. And you always Simon wasn't the biggest fan of you, was he?
I was always kind of not out.
No, you were the best racer of the group, but when it got into that environment of team pursuing and numbers and that, you're always the worst.
Do you remember them tests we used to have to do?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh, you've never had to do the fucking tests in your life, have you?
Which one?
Like, to get on the team pursuit, you had to do individual pursuit.
Yeah, you had to do 3K.
So
I remember you were going for your times. Yeah. You had that funny car with the yellow wheels you used to drive into the velodrome, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What was it?
That was a Corsa, Vauxhall Corsa.
It was a Corsa with yellow wheels.
Oh, and like
it had dice hanging from the windscreen thing, didn't it? It looked like you'd covered it in super glue and ram-raided Halfords. Oh god.
Oh mate, yeah. What it is. They only had like a 900 engine in it, isn't it? Like, you know, actually all the stuff on it would make it more like less.
It was like a Dyson Hoover, wasn't it?
Yeah. But do you remember the test? Did you ever do the test to get on the point on like the bunch racing thing? So we had to do this test, and it was like you had to do on your upright bike. You had to do a flying 3K. We had to do the first 500 in a certain time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then if you didn't do that, you stopped. And if you did that, then you had to carry on for 3K. And I could never do it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because I remember that was when I saw you in the corridor. You were telling me that I've just done my time, Brad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I saw you at a crit after that. It was 2004. We were getting ready for Athens, and you rode there with the academy.
Yeah.
And I think I was away with Russell Down in the whole crit.
You were in Credit Agricole that year, weren't you?
Yeah, and I won a box of Go Gels as a preem.
Yeah, that's right.
And afterwards, I gave them to you in the change room, and you were like, "Oh, lad, thank you so much. We have to pay for this stuff, and you've just given me the greatest gift that life can offer." Because you were skinned, weren't you? You were skinned.
Oh, I think we earned like the grant for our funding was like $4,000 a year, I think, and we had to give half of it back for our accommodation, so we were on $2,000 a year or something. Like
yeah.
So it was good. But yeah.
And then the year after, I led you out the National Crit Champs in Otley, didn't I?
That's right, you did, yeah. That was
wicked. Who did you beat? You beat Russell
Down. Yeah. You big thing, yeah. You come past that top. It was on that. It was hill, like up and down. It was up and down that hill, Otley, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you come along that top straight, and you were just like Bradley Wiggins come past me, like, and he's like, "Come on, lad." You probably as Northern as that, like, and then.
Then 2 years later, we went. Next time I saw you was in Dunkirk. You just won Skelder Prize 2 days before. And then Brian asked me to come to T-Mobile. Do you remember? And I won the prologue then, and you won the next 2 stages. Do you remember?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I came to T-Mobile. We had all that change and went to High Road and Columbia and all that. And then we went to the Giro the first year. Do you remember when you won your first stage?
Yeah. That was nuts. And Adam Hansen pushing us up the Motorola. Do you remember that?
With Franzi Czech and Alan.
That's right.
Alan Hansen and all that.
6 off Costa. Do you remember?
But can you remember the first stage you won, where it went up that hill about 10 km to go?
And you dropped back and moved me up.
We all dropped back. Adam Hansen, Pinotti, and everyone. It was and we went to the left onto the beachfront, and it was a crosswind, and you won the sprint. You remember that?
Well, we did first. We come down that hill, like the peloton was one line down the descent. And we were just in one line going past them, like, weren't we? You know. I think I chopped Bettini up actually there.
Yeah.
But that was good. Actually, started in Palermo, didn't it?
I can't remember, but I mean, after that, then it went really quick. Those years, when 2009, Sky 10, Worlds in 11, Copenhagen 12. They were all the best years, weren't they?
Wait, do you remember that the German mechanic when we were at the Giro though? And you were like, how do I ask him to put? You didn't speak a word of English. You were like, how do I ask him to put me saddle down? I was like, Has Dugovic heute, which means have you had a wank today? He was fuming. Oh, it was good that.
Yeah, what was his name? He was named like Uli or something.
Well, no, he's sadly, you know, he's
no.
He's
Can you put myself
no, he's not with us anymore, mate.
Huh?
You know, he's not with us anymore.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were lovely,
sad,
that staff, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they were wicked. That was a good team, mate.
Yeah. Do you remember the other German mechanic? Do you remember what was he called? The one who wore the German national team football shorts. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Jorg.
No, but we can't say it on here. What he used to say. Do you remember? A header, Bradley, a header.
Oh no! Yeah. No, he's a Swanee.
Yeah, he's a Swanee now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still got one. Yeah. Hey, Bradley. You can't say this, but you can say this, Bradley.
Yeah, but yeah, that was it. But you know, like when it's funny now, when you think next year is 10 years since you won the World in Copenhagen.
We're so old, man. We're so old, aren't we?
How quick's that gone though? When you think that, what a team that was that day, though. Eh?
That was good. Just all the lead up to it and that as well, like you know.
Yeah.
That was
240k on the front, didn't we do?
Yeah.
How good was Dave that day, calling the shots? Dave Miller, he was brilliant that day, wasn't he?
He was good, like road captain. Jez there. I was just super. It was wicked actually. It was good fun.
Yeah.
You all got pissed on the bus after though. Before I was.
But we were waiting for you. We were waiting for you.
It was good. Like.
Yeah. There's no questions come through yet.
Hang on. Keep looking. It's just emojis. Hang on. Let's look at this question thing. One sec.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
They said there was one question there. Did you ever go out just riding bikes and chatting and having a laugh? Most of the time in training. Do you remember when we were up at Big Bear before the Olympics training at altitude?
Big Bear.
And we used to do them little rides around the lake.
Yeah.
5 times Kreisel.
Oh, it was funny that. Mike Rawson, the mechanic, he's just messaged actually. He was there with us.
Yeah.
Heiko's son. So we had Heiko Salzfeld, the German trainer. He was training the national team then.
Yeah.
He was in a house with Mike Rawson. And we call him Mike Heiko's son.
Do you remember the coffee club in Starbucks?
Yeah, we went to Starbucks every morning, didn't we? And then they come in and we leave.
Someone's just said on there, did you really have a flat tyre on the run into the Olympics in the final? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of the saddle really, but you had to. Fuck, you were good that day.
Well,
good shit.
Yeah. Do you remember the BBC woman who interviewed you afterwards?
No,
Mark, did Tour de France fatigue really come into it? Oh, fuck off, love. That was the best. Yeah.
Oh, well.
What else you got here? Oh, things cool with Sagan, Mark. They always are, aren't they? I don't think there was ever a problem, was there?
Just build it up. Same with us, wasn't it? Like, you know.
Yeah, but that's bike racing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just don't forget just how competitive everyone is, and this is people's livelihoods, and you know, like that crash with Peter. You know, it all happens so fast, doesn't it? And then people expect you to like decipher what happened 5 minutes after the finish when you've been lying on the floor, you know, and you've got a broken shoulder or whatever. And I think that's the trouble with the tour. People don't appreciate like anything you say in those moments after, you're held to for the next 10 years, aren't you?
Exactly. Oh.
And no other sports like that. Other sports get time to think about it.
Yeah, and go in, do a press conference and that.
Yeah.
But it's not like you can't get the feeling of like what goes on, like the adrenaline you have.
Yeah.
So when you cross the line, if you win, you're overly happy. If something happens, you're obviously the opposite. Yeah. And nobody can really get that feeling if you don't do it, I guess, you know. So that is what it is. Like, you know.
What do you reckon is going to happen to the rest of the season then, Mark?
I don't know. I think.
Do you reckon they'll have a World Championship at the end of the year?
I think if there's anything that goes on, it has to be the Worlds and the Tour de France, I guess, you know.
And what if that is the case? What's your plans for next year?
Looking
to do the same again with Bahrain again?
I'm on a 1-year contract, mate.
Yeah.
So.
But I think it must be hard for people that are on their last year as well, isn't it? Because you can't do anything this year.
That's a massive thing, but I think that you just look at it like
there's a lot of people in a worse situation than sports people, to be fair, you know? Like, we all look at it in our little bubble, don't we? You know,
yeah, but I think we have to look at it. You have to look at it from a professional point of view. I mean, it's not to say that it's more important than anything else going on in the world, but just for the benefit of giving people an outlet, and people love watching cycling. It would have been the Tour of Flanders this weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah.
You know, it's not to say that it's more important than anything else going on in the world, but in our little circle, it's just people would have loved to have watched the Tour of Flanders this weekend. But
yeah, it's true. But how shit is it when you're doing an interview? So you're doing an interview, and they'll ask you, like, what do you think about the cycling season or cycling? How's it gonna? And you answer about cycling, and then you'll have people say, "Oh, there's worse things happening." Like, don't.
But there is, yeah.
And you're like, you got asked the question about cycling, like,
yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
But they'll be in the same position when people will say to them, you know, when do you think you'll be going back to work at Pizza Hut or something? And they'll say, I don't know. Depends when the dough arrives, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone's. It's not a competition, and it's not to say that anyone else's life is more important than anyone else's, but it is your livelihood. You've got 3 kids, and like you say, you're on a 1-year contract. It's important, isn't it, for the next few years?
Yeah.
You know, no one can take that away from you.
The thing is, like I said before, is that like everyone's in the same boat this time. It's not like I've got Epstein-Barr and I'm at home when everyone's getting better and I'm getting worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And everyone's racing, I'm not racing. I don't know when I'm going to be better. Like, so I can kind of get positive from this really on a personal level. But,
have you enjoyed the time at home with the kids in it?
Oh, it's been great. Like, it's been wicked. It was actually Roger Hammond who said to me, like, listen, no professional cyclist has ever got to live like a normal parent, you know?
No.
Like, during their career, like, the kids are normally grown up by the time they can.
This is probably the most time you've been with them for ages, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's carnage. I'm more tired after a few fight, like, but I'm loving it. It is wicked, like.
Yeah. Someone's just put a question up. Have you got any funny stories about Steve Cummings?
You probably have more, haven't you?
I can't think, actually. Yeah, I mean, so many. So many. I mean, he was in that team at the Worlds, wasn't it? We never used to be allowed to room
together
because.
Oh yeah.
Well, because we used to have, when we were at Sky, the first year at Sky, they stopped us rooming together because we were laughing too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're not allowed to laugh, or what?
Well, it's just that it was taken away from how serious it was. I think everyone was under pressure in that more than anything.
Okay. Hey, do you remember we used to play the guitar, or used to play the guitar? We used to sing them Oasis songs. Do you remember?
I used to bring a guitar.
You bring a guitar on training camp, yeah.
During California that year.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of you sat on the end of the bed. Do you remember how fat you were?
Yeah, doing that ball with the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fat.
We were stuck out there, weren't we, in California for about 8 weeks, remember? San Luis Obispo. It's pretty rugged down here. Do you remember every morning they used to have to go out and do them exercises before the ride?
Oh, yeah.
And we never used to go. We were just like, go right.
I'm doing it now, though. I feel it when I'm getting older. Like,
well, that's the thing, isn't it?
You're 40 next year, aren't you?
40 next month. This month.
This month.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, 20 years ago I went to Sydney Olympics. It's mad. And then when you think 20 years ago we broke the Olympic record in team suit qualification. We did 4:01.9 Olympic record. Ganna's just gone faster on his own at the Worlds, hasn't he?
It's mental, isn't it? Like, how fast are they going? What about them Danish?
I know, but to think now they're not doing the Olympics, like, you know, it's, but I mean, the speed of it was incredible, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. But then you think, is Ed going to have to do another year now, is he?
Yeah.
He's going to retire, isn't he?
Do an impression of him, Brad. Perform, monkey, perform.
Clancy break cycling.
He's setting up a coaching company. He'll be alright at that.
No, he'll be great at that. The pair of them, Briggsy's good as well, that, isn't he?
Yeah.
What are you going to do after you stop cycling, Mark?
I don't know. I thought about it, but...
you have to think about it.
I have to think about it, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like... I don't know.
You'll have to stay in the sport.
I want to stay in sport, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd like to be home a bit more. I guess I'm going to be. Imagine how fat I'm going to be when I stop.
No, you won't be. I reckon you'll be leaner.
I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I mean, when you think about it, when do you realistically think? How much longer do you think you'll do? 2 more years?
I don't know. As long as I can, and not putting a finger in it. You know what I mean?
Do
you remember people saying I was finished in 2010?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You were finished in 2006, weren't you?
Like fucking hell. Like,
do you remember when you went to T-Mobile and the first set of tests where everyone had to do, and that German sports scientist read out in the gymnasium in front of the whole Zabel and everyone or whatever. They said, "I don't understand how you are professional, Mark, with these numbers.
With these numbers, you are not good enough to be a junior."
And then a month later, you won Skoda Prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
My whole life, like.
But do you reckon you'll find a like reinvent yourself as like a lead out? You know, like McEwen and all that did. You know, we eventually have to go and help. You did that this year.
Well, I'm doing it. And at the end of the day, I do when I can anyway. I've always, if I could help during my career, I will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't really matter what I do. It's just I usually have to go for the sprint. You know. So
yeah,
like. I don't know. I don't think I need to reinvent to be a lead out guy. I'll lead out if I lead out.
You know when you beat McEwen at Skoda Prize the first year?
Yeah.
When you think you're his age now when you beat him, and do you reckon he was thinking at the time cycling's changed, these new guys coming through are so quick?
Probably,
and do you think cycling's changed now, or do you think it's exactly the same as when you beat McEwen? It's just because you're older and you look at it differently?
No, it's changed. It's not even a sprint now, is it? It's just.
Yeah.
Do you remember like it used to be, like, so the pace, you just built up the kilometers mostly, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it was slow when it was slow, and then warp speed when it was warp speed, and then now it's just the same speed all day, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's not really, there's not a race at the end now. It's just like the last person who's hangs on wins, if that makes sense. Do you
think that it's more dangerous now? There's less hierarchy in the peloton, isn't there?
Yeah, that's life though, isn't it? But that, I think that's getting old saying that. Oh, it's more dangerous. I don't know. I just think in life, like, there's, like if when I cut someone up when I was younger, I'd get donked on the head.
Yeah,
and that was good. You know what I mean? Like now, it'll be all over Twitter, won't it? You know, some kid doing like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did that, and then you buy public execution, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Doing that, and then it's
it
is what it is. But we've all got to adapt, I guess. You know.
Yeah. I'm just having a look at the
questions.
Yeah.
There we go, Brad. Here we go. Here's one. Cycle jersey, YCI. Brad, Tour de France, our record, Olympic gold medal, which order?
Tour Olympics hour.
Yeah.
What about for you? Would you say all your stages?
Favour's on.
Is he?
Patrick, you're right.
I'm
organising listening to Tour of Flanders, eh?
Small cocktail with Fritz and beer. What about you? Like, if you said San Remo, all your stages in the Tour of the World title. San Remo was 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Mate, I don't know. You know, the tour's what I dreamed of as a kid, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it was like, that's what, without the tour, I could have won everything. I could have won the world. I could have won San Remo. But it's a tour that's given me what I've got, I guess. You know what I mean?
You're on 30 stages now, eh?
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
31 don't sound any good, does it?
How stupid is this? Like, now I'm looked at as not having won the last 4 to equal Eddie Merckx, rather than winning 30.
Yeah, I know, but
got the record. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's standard, isn't it? That's standard, isn't it?
You know, But I'd done it every year in my life, or my career, even as a neo-pro, until last
If you were to win one more, I think the Champs-Elysees would be good. Number 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But, we see what happens, you know. It has to be a tour first, you know. But it's pretty special.
Yeah. So, what's the next couple of weeks look like for you? How much training are you doing a day at the moment?
3 hours on it. I'm getting up, half-hour stretching, and an hour to an hour off in the gym, and then 3 hours on the bike every day.
Yeah.
And then just using that gym I never do gym in the season. I'm just doing it now because I can't really do that many efforts on the indoor training. You know, you can't. The bike don't react like on the road.
Yeah.
And we're doing short it's kind of like.
So you've been going out
efforts. When you I'm getting out as well. But when you're doing efforts as well, like you always have. Do you ever like visualize like racing?
Not really, no.
Okay, like I visualize a finish line when I'm doing my efforts, like I'm racing, you know.
Yeah.
And then I can't really get it when I've got no goal, so I'm kind of trying to get my power from the gym there, and then just I guess, you know.
So how is the new team? With Rod doing a good job?
Yeah, really good job actually. He's a good leader, isn't he, Rod?
Yeah, he's great. You know, I mean, he don't get the credit for the background man at Sky, does he really?
But I don't think that's not why he does it, is it? He's not after that, really.
No, I know he's not. But what I mean is he's more than capable of running his own team, which he's doing at the moment.
Yeah. No, he's got this ability of being able to just get through to an individual.
Yeah.
Depending on people take things differently. We knew people have to talk different to you than they did to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he'd be able to do that and get the same message through.
What about Roger Hammond?
Yeah, he's good, isn't he? He's just clever, isn't he? Just on the ground running, about racing. He's just and for someone that's been retired that long, that long, it's only a few years, but he still hasn't forgot what it is to be a bike rider, what our emotions are. Do you know what I mean?
And someone's just said, what's it like to have Tim Harris as a DS?
I haven't worked with Tim. Tim's good with the young guys, isn't he? He's working with the young guys. We've all stayed at Tim's house in Belgium at some point in our careers, haven't we? You stayed there, haven't you?
Once, yeah. 2004. Yeah.
We were there the year after. Well, actually, we watched yous in Athens. We were watching yous in Athens when we were at the house. Yeah. Saying, in 4 years that'll be us, hopefully, you know? That's nuts, isn't it?
That was 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember on that day, we'd been out, Rod had said to us, we're on the under-23 program, and Rod had said, right, go out 2 hours, you stop for the calf at the end, you don't stop halfway through. We stopped halfway through. Didn't tell them, got home. We all sat there watching the TV, watching the games. And Rod had picked up one of the lads' cameras, just scrolling through the cameras and seeing the photos. And we were in Leuven, which is halfway around the ride. And he's like, guys, did you stop today? We're like, nah. And he's like, what's this? Where he's like, get kitted up. We had to get kitted up. It was like 5 at night. Get out. And you do 2.5 hours. You don't drop below 30 kilometers an hour. You know? And we're like, fuck. So we're getting the bikes ready and we stuck it. Still then, it wasn't like Garmin's, didn't use GPS. They used magnets to get the speed.
Yeah.
So we put double magnets on our wheels. So we only had to ride 15k an hour and it looked like 30. And we got back and one of the lads, he put a magnet on his wheel, but I put it in the fucking place where the sensor is. So he collared on from that. For we tried to be shady sometimes, but he was always like one step ahead of us, I guess. You know?
What you done to your hair anyway?
Oh mate, I need a cut, but
your hair's supposed to look like that. You get the guns. I drive the car.
I had to have a shave the other day. My beard gets all dry and that. Does yours get dry? I bet you oil it, don't you? You're gonna bring out your old beard range of beard products,
Just don't care. Just don't bother shaving. It's isolation, isn't it? Hygiene levels have gone down. I haven't had a shower for a week.
Should we get someone on?
I think we should get someone on. Let's get someone on.
Let's get someone on. Right. Let's see who's. Right, how do you see it? Should someone
who's
request to come on? We'll get someone on.
Who's not really into
hey, there's Ben. Look, Ben's on. Right, Ben. Ben Wiggins.
Ben who?
You're Ben.
Who can we get on this? Howard Jewell. Let's get Howard Jewell on. Howard's a lovely lad. How do we get him on? He's a nice fella, this fella. I can't get him now.
Can you get him?
I don't know. How'd you get him? How'd you get someone on?
No, they have to request, but they're supposed to come up. There should be a request thing come up somewhere. I'm scrolling through now to try and find it. Every now and again, you get this like blocking.
Yeah.
Oh. Are you on TikTok?
Pete Kenner was on. Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
private though, because there's some stuff I can't put up there.
I haven't been on it. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Like the kids are all the time.
Just practice. It's just practice. You just got to get on it.
I've been doing stuff with the ladder on it, but I like that stair shuffle one. You know the one where they go up the stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Good that.
Oh, I've done that one. Yeah.
Have you?
That's easy. That one.
Was the stairs wide enough for your legs, like?
Yeah.
Hang on, we don't know how did you do that?
I've changed the filter at the bottom.
Where is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this. I've got a couple. Hang on.
Yeah.
wait. I've got one that's like, look. Nothing looks like Ellie Viviani.
I look like Phil Burt. Hi, Mark. Phil Burt. You got any Oakley?
Oh, right. How do I get it off? Right, we need. There we
go. I like Craig McLean.
I live with Craig for a bit.
He's a lovely
good guy, real good guy, isn't he? Right, there's no requests to come on. Or can you not? Maybe we can't get more than 2 on. That's what it is.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. That might be. But there's no questions coming in.
Yeah, there's a little. Do you see the little question marks at the bottom? Press that little question mark.
I haven't got that. You've got it.
Oh.
Find some questions.
Right, here we go. Mosey 004. How did it feel leading Cab out on the final bend of the Champs yellow jersey and the champion?
Well, that was. I think that was probably one of the most. That's the thing I remember most about the Tour the last weekend. Winning the time trial in Le Chartre the day before, and we were staying in that Campanile. Do you remember the Campanile? I remember coming back to see you guys in the Campanile in the rooms, and that was the moment we realised we'd won the Tour. But then all the tension turned to next day. I remember being really nervous the next morning. We were all really nervous because we all knew we had a job to do, and I just remember Mick Rogers sort of constructing it all, and just that last lap I remember just thinking don't get out of position, because I used to hate jockeying back when it got back 10-15, but I just remember seeing on Bernie's wheel in like the last turn at the top of the Arc de Triomphe coming down, and just waiting, and I remember giving you a little tap under the K. Did
Bernie say hey? Did he swing his elbow like that? Loves to do that.
No, I gave you a tap then, didn't I? Because I think we went over the top of Saxo Bank, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I could just remember trying to hold 800 watts for as long as possible. And then I remember Stewie O'Grady and that were coming up the outside of us, but they couldn't overtake us. They were peeling off.
Yeah.
And I stood on that corner with about 600 meters to go when I was 13 and watched the Tour and watched Indurain and Bugno and all that. And I always wanted to lead across the Place de la Concorde and lead you out like that. So it was brilliant. That. And then obviously that was when you were probably at your prime, when you were pretty much unbeatable when he hits the front. But that was your best win on the Champs in World Champion.
Well, for me, that was
the first one.
I often get asked like my favourite win or something. That was it, just because of that whole situation. You know.
Yeah.
We'd won the Tour, and then what we'd come from, like I was saying before, like 4 years before, we were in the Groupette up Mortarolo on the Giro. You know,
do you remember that?
Through all that, and then doing that together and getting led out in the World Champs bands by you in the yellow, like everything just is quite sentimental, I guess. You know?
Do you remember the stage a couple of days before where me and Eddie, where you caught Roach on the line?
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good one as well, wasn't it?
Well, that was good. But we weren't going to sprint that day, were we? You know,
I can't
it
remember,
took
but
you.
I just
Do you know what I meant? Like Yatesy said, we were supposed to sprint, and then Yatesy said we're not sprinting. And then actually, you were you always sat on that front right side of the bus.
Yeah.
And you turned round, and you were like, "Nah, we should sprint for Cav. You know, he's grafting doing this thing." Like, and then Dave B was there and said, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Do you remember how fast the first 2 hours was that day, though? Trying to get there. I just remember being mental.
It was like 230k stage as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a long old stage. Was that the one? Didn't Gilbert hit a dog or something on that stage?
He did, yeah. That was the day, yeah.
Then we had that climb at the end. We went over this climb and down.
That's
and we were
right.
going to get it. You did that. You did about K and a half, and we turned right, and it was a bit greasy the last. And I was like, I seen the break, and it was like normally you we'd never catch it. And I was like, look, I'm gonna have to just push all the chips into the table, and go after it. And so I rode a track race. Imagine I was on the track, and I surfed round the couple of guys in front of me. You slipstream that first little break.
I remember,
in my saddle still. Surfed round them, straight into the slipstream the others, then started sprinting.
Yeah.
And then but I had fire because I won since the second stage or something.
I just remember you had to sprint quite far out, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like 300 meters,
no, it was longer. 700 meters I went.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Someone's asked, Peter Hayes asked, how is the dog, Gilbert? Don't know.
The dog died, by the way. There's an update on the dog. The dog died. The dog got angina and died. Dogs do die. What else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about something else. Oh, that 12-month period after the Worlds, when you won the Worlds in Copenhagen and that.
Yeah.
You came to Sky then, didn't you, for a year?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first photo shoot we did where it was freezing cold? We were both miserable as fuck.
Yeah.
We got told off.
I put it on. It was on when we posted this on the
it was it.
On Instagram. We had to do them things in them chairs, like, you know. Well, I said cheesy photo like that. But yeah, that was all right.
Do you ever, when you look back, do you ever regret leaving Sky, or do you think it was the right move to go back to Quick Step at that time, or?
Don't think you can regret anything, really. Do you know?
Because I know that was probably your best year, wasn't it? And you were capable in 5 or 6 stages that year.
I'd say, you know what you get at Sky. And at the end of I was happy at Sky. You're all right, lad. How's it going?
Good.
I was happy at Sky, actually, you know, but it just, I think it would have stunted any wins for me. And anyway, I had a wicked time at Quick Step. I don't ever regret.
No, I mean, it was a great team.
Back, you know.
Yeah. I remember we riding the Tour of Britain, and you said, "Why don't you come with me to Quick Step?" I said, "I'll just come and be your lead out man for a few years now."
I don't remember that.
I don't want to go back to the Tour.
I remember talking. I remember we were talking at 16 about doing something. But now I think in my career, I think there's only one place I kind of regret being, I guess. You know. But we don't have to talk about that.
Where was that?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago, Bradley. Let's just say.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fair enough. And to be honest, in a career your length, there are gonna be things, years when you were not as happy, I guess. But it is what it is, isn't it? Mine probably was at High Road. Actually, I only did a year. I didn't race much. Yeah. I signed with Brian and all that, obviously, and Bob, and then the whole thing changed, didn't it, when it went to Columbia and High Road, and they cut all the salaries of a lot of riders, and the atmosphere was terrible in California, wasn't it?
Well, we weren't there when they cut the salaries, were we?
No,
we weren't. We were out in Ghent.
Yeah, but I always wanted to race in them Telecom colours because they were legendary, weren't they? Classic. Yeah. And then we went to that horrible black kit, didn't we? High Road and. But actually, that was your.
But it was an iconic team, man. You know.
What was your best tour? That first one with Columbia, would you say? Because you were winning for fun then, weren't you?
Yeah, won 4 stages there. It went. That wasn't my one. I won. No, that's 2008. I won 4. Then
but 2009 as well.
9, I won 6. Yeah, I won 6. That was my best tour. Yeah.
Yeah, you were winning for fun there, weren't you?
Yeah, we could just choose really when we wanted to win. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. How long we got left? We got 15 minutes left.
Yeah, we'll have to say bye before it because it cuts off. Like, let's have a look at some more questions. It's a shame we can't get anyone on.
Here we got someone here. Look, your peak powers today, Mark. What are your peak powers now compared to those years when you were winning for fun?
They're not too different, you know. The thing is that the thing that's got a bit wrong with me, people assume I got this high peak power. I don't have a high peak power. I never have.
No, not like Greipel and that.
No,
but it's in relation to your aerodynamics.
The highest peak power I ever had was actually in 16 when we were doing all that track and gym work.
What was it, about 1500 watts?
Well, it was over 1600 then. But it's never really, good, isn't it? But it's never really been as high as that. I can just hold it for. I hold like over 1100 for 15 seconds. That's the difference. Most guys peak and then drop below 1000. You know?
And you're only small when you cut through the air, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Caleb Ewan and that will do any more than that. Well, they did. He's similar to you, isn't he? Very small.
Yeah. He's
even smaller than me.
He's only. What?
Because Greipel was 2000 odd, wasn't he? But he's got to push that through the air, isn't he?
And he peaks and drops, like tapers off, like significantly after the peak. You know.
Who was your biggest rival? Would you say, looking back over those years, the one you were like most feared in sprints? Kittel.
Without shadow of doubt, Kittel.
Yeah. When he burst on, he was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the only one that I had to
think how to beat him.
He
wasn't. He was a bit scared in the wheels, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Greipel wasn't he?
Greipel can move around a bit more. He's a bit more physical than Kittel, you know. But Kittel was just power, just raw power, you know. He was good.
Who do you reckon the best sprinter is today? Obviously, taking yourself out of the equation, who would you say is the fastest man now?
There's a few, you know. Yeah. Like there's different ones.
Who's the one that you're most impressed with that you think I'd like to race with him, or at my prime would like to race against him? Caleb Ewan?
Maybe Caleb, yeah. That would have made a good story, to be fair. We're both quite similar in that.
Yeah. Viviani's done well for himself, and even though he's not a purist sprinter.
Yeah, do you know who's the biggest improvement, who is like massively underrated? Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
Mate,
he's quick.
He was always good. He lacked a bit of confidence. He got that confidence last year, and you seen kind of how he come on. Like, what about you? Who's the best GC guy at the time now? You see?
I think G's the best one at the time now.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind Froome's had his accident, but I actually still wouldn't put it past Froome to win another Tour.
Mate,
I think this accident, he'll have a point to prove, and I think he'll come back and win another
Tour. There's no one proves a point like him, is it? He's like he's got this determination.
And I think G can carry on as long as he wants to carry on at that level, really. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know, those young guys that went to Data Dimension, you know, like what's his name? He was in our team actually, and he's sort of been off the radar a little bit. I always thought he could do. Scott Davis. Okay. He's too nice. He's like the nicest man in the world.
He says thank you. You're punching me. Thank you. And he always says your name at the end of it. How are you, Brad? Oh, thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
You know.
He's a lovely dad. Yeah, what about these young guys in Bahrain?
Scott's in Bahrain McLaren now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's here with us. Like, you know.
Yeah.
He's thriving, yeah. And that Fred Wright's good, yeah. The young guys are good.
Who's one to look out for in the next few years, would you say?
Fred's going to be good, man, in our team.
Yeah.
And tell you that, like, you know, he still loves driving.
What a great name, Fred.
His dad's in EastEnders. His dad's an actor, yeah.
Danny Dyer. His mum's .com. Yeah. Who's his dad in EastEnders?
I was in EastEnders. He was a policeman, I think.
Policeman. Nice.
I don't know.
Are you sure it went in the bill?
Mate,
Right, we need to get you to do some impressions, lad.
No.
Yeah, perform, monkey, perform.
No. But what else is there? Let's have a look at any more questions. Sammy B's. There's lots of Pete Kenners on here. Lots of Pete Kenners. Yeah. Pete's got about 5 accounts, hasn't he?
Full of red wine, lad.
Shout out to the Wigan Wheelers and Invictus Triathlon Club.
Should we give some shout out? Let's just give some shout out to you. Elliot B87, K257, Mark Fern, Thomas Gold.
Someone said, do you think you could have beat Abdu Japarov in your prime? It's hard to compare with these people, isn't it?
Is there and the races have changed now as well? For instance, Gen Wevelgem's not the same race as it used to be.
No.
You know?
Do you remember when we raced against Cipollini in California in 2008?
Yeah.
Do you remember, what was that like, racing for you against him?
That was pretty special. It was pretty cool.
It was good, wasn't it? I remember. Yeah. Do you remember that finish in Sacramento that day?
Mate, don't. Yeah. Fuck. And we were leaning out Chilek.
That's right, yeah.
And came out the last corner on the left out the last corner. And I went to lead out, and my radio had fallen out.
Yeah.
And everyone was shouting, go, because when I went, I dropped the field.
That's right,
I dropped the peloton, and I couldn't hear them saying go. So I swung off with 200 to go. And waited for a few seconds, then they all come past me. But I had a massive gap,
I remember that, yeah. Do you remember how good was he, Chulek, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good.
He's the most chilled man, though, wasn't he, in the world?
Yeah.
Him and Linus. Do you remember Linus Gerdeman as well?
Yeah, I seen Linus in my
I speak to him a little bit. He's got a restaurant now, hasn't he?
It's real nice. We had there, super nice in Daya.
Yeah. He was
down the road from Vicente Reñez. You remember Vicente?
Yeah.
No, he's got the bakery and the thing. In Daya. Yeah, super good.
Yeah, but Linus was super talented, but he just didn't want to be a bike rider, did he?
Yellow jersey in the tour, didn't he?
If we were going out at 10, he was going out at 10:30. If we were going out at 10:30, he was going out at 10. He was just, but lovely. They were all nice guys. When you think all these guys you've raced with over the years, there's some actually good characters.
Well, actually, that's something about what's changed now. Actually, what I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, but in the old days, you kind of got a pro contract based on your results. You won amateur races or did well in amateur races. Scouts looked at you.
Yeah.
And you signed for a team. So everyone knew how to race. They understood cycling. Now, so imagine you had a climb. Imagine you had an amateur race.
Just a quick shout out here, Mark, to Josh Bogey. Josh Bogey's just come on here.
Josh is on. Josh is on, isn't he?
We could have got him on that. Shame.
That would have been good to get Josh. He's got mad ahead than both of us, lad.
Yeah.
Josh, we'll give you a call later. Imagine you have a climb, uphill, downhill, underpay into a headwind, and then a climb at the end. You know?
Yeah.
Someone who attacked at the beginning and was there on their own, they're never going to survive the headwind to climb the finish, so they're not going to get result. You know? So you'd go, he's stupid, just leave him. Whereas nowadays, it's he's stupid, but look at the power he put on that first climb. Let's sign him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just got these strong guys who don't really know how to race, and that's what's affected. They see a climb and they go, let's go hard, you know. And it doesn't. It's not about going hard on a climb. It's where you go hard.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'll ask. We're coming to the end in a bit, but I'll ask you. So
Steve-O's on. Look, there's Steve-O.
Steve Cummins. Steve. So coming towards the end of your career, if you win one more race now in the next few years, what would it be? Do you reckon it'd be Olympic gold, another stage in the Tour, another San Remo? What would it be? If you could have one.
I mean, I just want to win another race. I think once I win one, I can start winning again.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
that's it. I just have to concentrate on winning a race at the minute. The team's behind that. What about you? What are your plans? You got this TV show, haven't you, on Comedy Central?
Yeah.
Game, dressed as a big gold god.
I enjoy comedy script writing and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
It's got good reviews. It's doing all right.
Oh, that's good.
I'm looking for. I was ashamed. I really enjoyed doing the tour last year, going back on the motorbike. Yeah. I love doing that. And just that's enough for me, you know. Just be happy doing stuff like that. I don't want much. Yeah.
It's good to see you happy though, man.
Yeah, but that's all you can be, isn't it? And it takes a while after cycling, you know, because you're so institutional. I was so institutionalized, and I didn't really know I was. You know, 36 years of age, and like so kind of a little bit insecure and kind of, you know, a bit petulant and stuff, you know, when handling situations and that. And then you grow old and you realise you're nearly 40 that like things were through me in that. You know, I take sort of, you know, kind of equal responsibility in kind of how handling that situation. It's not the way you handle things as an adult in the normal world. It's almost a bit childish, really. So you kind of realise that when you look back, really, and it's just I don't know. I think you, as a cyclist, as a professional athlete, I don't think you realise sometimes just how kind of, you know, kind of detached from the real world you are as a person, because you get so used to getting things done for you all the time, and you're under a lot of pressure as well. Like I say, you know, like when you handle situations, when you finish a race and you're grabbing microphones off reporters and that, and it's a different world, isn't it? But unfortunately, you get held to those perceptions for the rest of your life, you know. So, he's a bit prickly, Mark. He's a bit prickly. He's like, well, he's not prickly. He's just, you see him at work. You know, you're not allowed to have a bad day at work, are you?
No, that's the thing. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, one thing I learned: if someone's going to judge you, before they know you, is it worth giving a shit what they think of you anyway? I know it's hard.
No, I know, but that's just more about them, doesn't it? You know, but I mean, it is what it is. You just got to be nice and kind to people and see what happens. Anyway, it's 1956. We're coming to the end of this show. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we'll be discussing our favourite baguettes of the day. Brown or soya? Gluten-free.
Well, you giving the bananas away or what?
We can give the bananas away. The 3 unripened bananas, we'll be giving those away. What's the question? How many Giro d'Italia stages has Mark won?
I don't know, lad. I don't even know how many Giro.
Well, if you don't know, then we're buggered. We can't do the giveaway. Show us your watch, Mark. Is it real? Is that a real Hublot Piguet? Is that a real Hublot Piguet, Mark? Is that Malaysian copy?
In the background,
is that Malaysian copy, Mark? Is that Malaysian copy?
What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? I'm sweating now. My glasses are going to steam up.
Sweating. Good job, you steam up.
See that?
What's it say on your t-shirt?
Still fresh.
Are you sponsored by Nike, Mark?
Yeah, fuck off, man. Yeah, I'm proud of it.
Good man. Nike.
You know.
Yeah.
Right. We better say bye.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll do it again.
Another one. If everyone likes it, we'll do another one next week.
We'll see the things. Comment. Send us some messages if you want, guys, in there.
We'll make it a weekly thing.
And we'll get back on. If you don't like it, still send a message and we can see if people don't like it. So. And then we'll get Ben to hang around behind for the whole thing.
Yeah.
You have to grow a beard, lad.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. Are you going to put another bowl on your dad's head, lad?
I don't know. He looked like Tom Shelby when I first did it.
How's Brian from Denmark? We will get Brian off of Denmark here.
Oh, we should get him on. We'll do that. Right. It's going to cut off. Before it cuts off, let's say bye-bye.
See you later. Thank you, mate. All the best. God bless you. See you later. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye. You'll
never walk alone.
No.